Standard 3rd, Subject English, Lesson number 27, The Bremen Town Musicians. This is a wonderful story about four old animals past. Bremen means a town in Germany. Once there was a donkey who had worked long and hard for his master. Now he had grown weak and could not do much work. So his master began to treat him unkindly. He even began to starve the donkey. He wanted to save the money he spent on the donkey's food. In the end, the poor donkey left the house. He believed he still had a good, strong singing voice, so he decided to go to Bremen town and earn his living as a town musician. Explanation: there was a donkey who worked hard for his master and became old and weak. So his master was not giving food and don't want to spend money on the donkey. So the poor donkey decided to leave the master house. The donkey believed he had good strong singing voice and go to Bremen town and earn his living as town musician. On the way, he met an old dog. He too had been kicked out of the house by a cruel master. The dog was afraid. How will I earn my bread? He said. Explanation: the donkey met a dog on his way. The dog too was kicked out. Kicked out means removed out of the house by a cruel master. The dog was afraid how he will get his food. Why, you have a voice as good as mine, said the donkey. Let us both go to Bremen and sing for the townspeople. We shall be well paid there. So the two companions went on together. The donkey said to the dog that why was he afraid? He also had as good voice as the donkey. We both will go to Bremen and sing for the town people. So they both went together. Suddenly they heard a cat mewing sadly with tears in his voice. Why are you crying? They asked. Suddenly they heard a cat crying. They both asked why she was crying. How can I be happy knowing that my mistress is going to drown me? I am old and would only like to sit by the fire and sleep. I cannot catch mice as I did before. So my mistress does not need me any more. Where am I to go? The cat said that his mistress is going to drown him as he is old and cannot catch mice and just sit by the fire and sleep. Further, the cat said where he will go. Come with us to Bremen. You have a sweet voice and you know night music. You too can be a town musician, said the donkey. Donkey said to cat, they both are going to Bremen, so tell him to join us. He too have a sweet voice. Now the three travelled together for some time till they came upon a farmyard. There they heard a cock's loud wailing. When they made enquiries, the cock told them, "My mistress is preparing a feast for her guest. She has told the cook to kill me for the feast. I am so frightened." So the donkey invited the cock to join the band of musicians. Explanation. Now the donkey, dog, and cat traveled together, came upon a farmyard. They heard a cock's loud wailing. Wailing means a long, high cry of pain. They asked the cock. The cock told that his mistress was preparing a feast for her guest and she had told the cook to kill him for the feast. The cock was afraid, so the donkey said to cock to join the band of musicians. Bremen was still a long way away. On the way, they had to cross a forest. As it began to get dark, the cock flew to the top of a tree to look around for shelter. He saw an old house among the trees. The four friends decided to rest there for the night. Explanation. On their way, they had to cross a forest. As it was going to become dark night, the cock flew to the top of a tree for shelter. He saw a old house. The donkey, dog, cat, and cock decided to rest there for night. Next paragraph. It was quite dark by the time they reached the house. Through the window, they saw some robbers feasting at a large table inside. The animals had a clever idea. Why not give their first performance here? The robbers would be so pleased that they would happily share their food with the four musicians. They might even pay them for their performance. Explanation. They reached the house. It was dark. They saw some robbers feasting. Feasting means having a large meal with good food at a large table inside. The animals got an idea. They thought of doing their first performance. The animals thought that the robbers will be pleased and happily share their food and even pay. Next paragraph. So the donkey placed his forelegs on the window ledge. The dog jumped on the donkey's back and the cat on the dog's. The cock perched on the cat's head. Then all at once and all together they began to sing their wonderful song. The donkey kept his forelegs, means the two front legs of four-legged animal, on the window ledge. The dog jumped on the donkey's back and the cat on the dog's and the cock on the cat's and they all began to sing their wonderful song. Next paragraph. Strangely, the music only frightened the robbers. They only heard a terrible noise and saw the huge shadow cast by the animals together. They sprang from the table and taking to their heels, disappeared into the forest. The four friends were puzzled, but they gladly sat down at the table and had a hearty dinner. Then they put out the light and went to sleep. The donkey on the straw in the yard, the cat near the stove, the dog on the doormat, and the cock on the beam of the roof. As soon as the robbers heard a terrible noise and saw the huge shadow, they all got frightened. They all ran away into the forest. The four friends were puzzled. They gladly sat down at the table and had a dinner. They put out the light and went to sleep. The donkey on the straw in the yard, the cat near the stove, the dog on the doormat, and the cock on the beam of the roof. Now the robbers had not gone very far. Their leader saw the house become dark and quiet, so he sent a man to see if it was safe to go back to the house. The robbers had kept all their stolen riches in that house and wanted them back. Explanation: as the robbers had not gone very far, the leaders saw the house was dark and quiet. So he sent one robber to the house to see if it was safe to go back, as they wanted to take back their stolen wealth. The man went into the house on tiptoe. He saw the cat's eyes and thought they were burning coals. He tried to pick up one to light his candle, but it frightened the cat. The angry cat flew at him and scratched his face. This frightened the robber. He turned to run out of the house. Explanation: the man went into the house very slowly. He saw the cat's eyes and thought they were burning coals. The robber tried to pick up one to light his candle. This frightened the cat. The cat got angry at the robber and scratched his face. He turned to run out of the house. As he ran, the dog on the doormat bit his leg hard. He stumbled and fell on the donkey. The donkey, woken up suddenly, gave the robber a smart kick with his hind leg. And all this while the cock had been screaming cock a doodling doo in his ears and flapping his wings around his head. The robber nearly died of fright. Explanation: the dog on the doormat bit his leg hard. He stumbled. Stumbled means lost one's balance and fell on the donkey, and the donkey kicked him with his hind legs. Hind legs means the two legs at the back of an animal's body. While the cock had been screaming in his ears and flapping. Flapping means waving his wing around his head. The robber nearly died of fright. Somehow he got back to his gang. In a trembling voice, he told them that the house was full of monsters and deadly creatures who bite and scratched and kicked and attacked you in the dark. Explanation: somehow The robbers ran back to his gang in a trembling voice. Trembling means shaking a little. He told his friends that the house was full of monsters and deadly. Deadly means likely to cause death. Someone bite, scratched, kicked, and attacked in the dark. Next paragraph. So the robbers never went back to the house. The four friends found enough money in the house to live on there in happiness and comfort. That is why the musicians never went to Bremen. The four friends found enough money in the house to live in happiness and comfort. So they never went to Bremen, but they called themselves the Bremen town musician. Students, see, this is a famous statue made in Bremen town in Germany. Thank you.